Hello everybody, this is Dustin with MTG Real Life. Let's open some Throne of Eldraine. As you can see here, with our booster box at our LGS, we pre-ordered this box. You get a Kenrith the Returned King foil, and you get a Throne of Eldraine 15 card collector booster pack. Shining Armor, Tomb Raider. We got Garenbrig Squire, Malevolent Noble, Crashing Drawbridge, Tall as a Beanstalk. Burrow Witches. When it enters battlefield, return target night card from the graveyard. Weapon Rack, Beloved Princess, Vantress Paladin. And here we start with our uncommons. Shine Crasher. Let's pile those up pretty nicely here. We got Inspiring Veteran. All other knights get +1/+1. Turn into a Pumpkin. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. And there we go. Our first Castle Vantress. Our first land. Then we got a forest and a food token. Those are some nice food tokens. Whew. Let's get going. Let's see what we get here. Now I'm going to do a couple packs here where I'm just showing out some of the commons and uncommons, and then after about 3 packs, I will go into just getting to the rares. Got Opt, Bloodhaze Wolverine, Shining Armor, Smitten Swordmaster. Get a life linker. Got an adventure of gaining X life, and each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of knights you control. To Unveil Tree Folk, Forever Young. Put any number of target creature card from the graveyard on top of your library and draw a card. Garenbrig Carver. Outmuscle. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it fights target creature you don't. Bake into a pie. And we're on to our uncommons. Once and future. Claim the Fistborn. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature, gains haste until end of turn. Ferocity of the Wilds. Attacking non-human creature you control gets +1/+0 and has trample. We got a foil. Lockmere Serpent. It's a 6-drop, 7/7 flash. Tap a blue, sack an island. This card cannot be blocked. Sack a swamp, you gain a life, and draw a card. And there's our first foil. Common Wishful Merfolk. Oh, rare goes here. Next pack. Bloodhaze Wolverine. Shining Armor. Runaway Together. Merchant of the Veil. Tempting Witch. She makes food. Got a little spider. Oh, common. Got a noble. The noblest of noble. Insatiable Appetite. Mystic Sanctuary. These lands actually have been coming in use in our pre-releases. They were nice. Outmuscle again. And then to our uncommons here. Wintermoor Commander. Sage of the Falls. Arcanist Owl, and for our rare, we got Stolen by the Fae. Pretty. Turn target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. You create X 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. I see some play with that in some blue decks. I mean, get a bunch of 1/1s and return a card to your hand and play it next turn, have some fun. Alright, we're going to skip some of these commons here. If I see something fun, I will stop and have some fun with it. Uncommons. We got Acclaimed Contender. Enters the battlefield. If you control another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library and reveal a knight aura equipment or legendary artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the battlefield on the bottom of your library in a random order. My apologies. Next up. Did I put those uncommons in there? I don't think I did, but I might have. No, I did not. Okay, just wanted to double check. Sorry about that. Alright, let's skip through here. Here's our uncommons. And then we got the other land. Which, speaking of it, Castle Lock when enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp. Tap, add a mana. Tap 3, draw a card, then you lose life equals to the number of cards in your hand. It's a little different there. Which actually, I'm going to move the lands out here, and that one allows you to scry too. Oh, got a foil. There's our uncommons. Ironcrag Pyromancer. Fun. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, Ironcrag Pyromancer deals 3 damage to any target. Second foil. Trapped in the tower. Enchant creature with flying. Enchant creature can attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Next pack here. Man, has anybody really checked out that Oko though? Be nice to see one today. There's our commons there. I mean, creating them food tokens, it's a blast. Worthy Knight. Whenever you cast a night spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Mountain and human. Man, look at these beautiful tokens. She is just pretty. Put that back there. Opportunistic Dragon. Whenever Opportunistic Dragon enters the battlefield, choose target human or artifact an opponent controls for as long as Opportunist remains on the battlefield. Gain control of that permanent. It loses all abilities and it cannot attack or block. See, I see that's going to be a very hard play. A hard spell to really play. Like, it's not a bad. You get a 4/3 flyer, but you know, it's just really a. It just makes that other card that you're taking control of the dummy card. Well, there is our first alt art. That is very nice. Shepherd of the Flock. Adventure. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. And then he's also a 3/1. I'll put our alt arts right up there. And there's Feyburrow Elder. Vigilance, Feyburrow Elder gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. Tap it for each color among permanents you control. Add 1 mana of that color. It instantly comes out as a 2/2 and can tap for 2 mana. Not a bad one. There's that Garuk token. Man. And I'm going to get to that collector pack at the very end of this video, so stay tuned for it. Bam! There is our Garuk. What a pretty card. Create two black and green wolf creature tokens. When this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garuk you control. Destroy target creature. Draw a card. You get an emblem with creatures you control get +3/+3 and have trample. Right after we get the emblem, we get the card. And that is amazing. That is just interesting. Put our mythics up there. Let's have some fun today. Next pack here. Let's go. Let's see it. There's our next alt art. Look at that. That is an interesting one there. Inbreath Shield Breaker. Battle displays its adventure, destroy target artifact, and then it comes out as a 2/1 as well. Put that right over there. Get 2 here, and then we got Return of the Wild Speaker. Choose 1 draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. And bam! We got our first foil rare, everybody. First foil rare is Castle Inbreath. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain. Tap it, add a mountain. Tap 1 and 2 mountain. Well, 2 red. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. There's our first foil rare, everybody. The next one we go to. There it is. Once Upon a Time. It's going to see a lot of play. I mean, that is a good card. If this spell is the first spell you've cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the battlefield or the bottom of your library in any order. I apologize that I said battlefield there, guys. It has an... I guess we didn't get a token there. Don't know what that is. I guess I'll lay it over here just for now. And I thought I'd see more mythics now. We're a few packs in, at least. There's some Witch's Vengeance. Creatures of the creature type of your choice get -3/-3 until end of turn. Man, she is going to put a stop to Tribal. Tribal is going to have its fun. Let's make sure I didn't hit any more mythics and just skip over them. But I think it's only been rares and 1 mythic so far, and then that foil rare over there. Next pack. And the Great Hinge. There's our second mythic. Let's go. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap it, add 2 mana, you gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. That is a pretty one. Look at that art. Look at this art here, guys. That is pretty. But there's 2 mythics now. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's see what we're going here. Oh, got a foil. Sorry we saw that too early. Too early, everybody. Robber of the Rich. That's another mythic. Back to back. Reach, haste. When Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast. There's our third mythic, Foil Island. Not bad, not bad. I can work with it. Have some fun with it. There's our uncommons. Keeper of the Fable, Oathsworn Knight. There we go. Oathsworn Knight enters battlefield with 4+1/+1 counters. Oathsworn Knight attacks each combat if able. If damage would be dealt to Oathsworn Knight while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a +1/+1 counter from it. Man, I mean, so we might be able to figure out how to proliferate that. There's another foil, Drown in the Lock. I mean, if we can proliferate that, it can just be an ongoing card. Just have some fun with it. I mean, I have a couple friends who make some really crazy troll decks, and they just like to have fun doing whatever they can. And that might be something they want to look at. There is a Fervent Champion, First Strike Haste. Whenever Fervent Champion attacks another target attacking knight you control, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equipped abilities you activate the target Fervent Champion cost 3 less to activate. Fast on your abilities. Fast. Piper of the Swarm. There we go. Rats you control have Menace. Create a 1/1 black rat creature token, tapping 2. Tap 4, sacrifice 3 rats, gain control of target creature. I mean, it gives Rat Colony a type of play. We can mess with rats in Standard now. That's a little different than what we're used to. Oh, a little tough pack there. There's that Flaxen Intruder, pretty girl. Fires of Intervention. You can cast this spell only during your turn, and you can cast no more than 2 spells each turn. You may cast spells with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control without paying their mana cost. It's a little different. So just jump this onto the field, and I believe, if I'm reading this right, as long as you have enough mana on the field, you can darn near play 2 cards free every turn and just have some fun. Just roll around with it. There's another mythic. Outlaw's Merriment. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1 at random. Create a red and white creature token with those characteristics. 3/1 human warrior with trample and haste. 2/1 human cleric with lifelink and haste. A 1/2 human rogue with haste, and when this creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. That is, holy cow, Linden the Steadfast Queen. Foil rare, everybody. Vigilance. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. That's not bad, actually. Run a mono white deck and just have a blast. Get it going. Again, look at those food tokens. Making me hungry just sitting here. Well, there's the regular to match the foil. Castle Embreth. There we go. About halfway through the box opening and got a pretty decent number of mythics. I wonder how many we're going to get out of these boxes. I mean, I liked that. I like seeing 4 right now. If this is consistent, then a lot of people are going to be happy with these boxes. There's a Murderous Rider. That's a $6 card right there. Having fun right now. Its adventure half is swift and destroy target creature or planeswalker you control. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, and then you lose 2 life. And then its other side, lifelink. When Murderous Rider dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Just get that shuffle afterwards, and you'll just continue to get closer and closer to him every time. Let's see what we got in this one. Here we go. To the uncommons. I'm going to move some of the commons out of the way at the current moment. So, Doom Foretold. Haven't looked much into this one. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. If that player can't, they discard a card. They lose 2 life. You draw a card. You gain 2 life. You create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Then you sacrifice Doom Foretold. That's interesting. That's a little different. I know a lot of people that like Orzhov, and that would be something to throw in their decks. Because Orzhov runs their enchantments well. They use a lot of those. To the uncommons, got another adventure. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little kitty cat back here that is wanting some attention. She's having an attention moment. Isn't that right, baby? Get through them commons. Ah, there is my pretty one. The Gilded Goose. I'm actually building up a deck around Mono Green alone with Yorvo, Gilded Goose, Beast, Questing Beast, a lot of other stuff. Oh, foil. So that was a good one to have, and there's a foil uncommon. Righteousness. And we got a forest. And whatever that is, I don't understand why they just don't give tokens in every pack. I mean, it's pretty simple just to give the tokens, and so people can have enough tokens to play with. Folio of Fancies. Players have no maximum hand size. Tap XX and tap this card. Each player draws X cards. Tap 2 in a blue. Each opponent puts a number of cards equal to the number of cards in their hand from the top of their library into their graveyard. Interesting. And we got a foil common. Tempting Witch. Down to about 10 packs left, everybody. Let's see how we're doing. Animating Fairy. Oh, I skipped a common. Let's see where that was at here. There it is. Rally for the Throne. Dance of the Manse. Azorius colors. Return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards, each with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types. And then we got a beautiful Queen of Ice. Man, that is very pretty when it's foiled. Whew. Haven't seen a mythic in a minute. Wonder where they're all at. They're hiding from me. Or Royal Scions wouldn't be a bad one right now. There's an Emery. She's kind of hiding there in the swamp with her sword. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When Emery Lurker of the Lock enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into the graveyard. Choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. Okay. It sounds like she can get out pretty quick. Just got to run that artifact deck. The Cauldron of Eternity. High mana cost, but you know, being able to cast it for less depending on your creatures is amazing. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Whenever a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Tap 2 in a swamp, tap this card. Pay 2 life, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. And that is our 5th mythic. And we have about 7 packs left. And then we still have our collector booster, everybody. Don't forget about it. I will be opening that after the end of these next 6-7 packs. Fogify. Linden the Steadfast Queen. Pretty queen. Vigilance. Whenever a white creature token you control attacks, you gain a life. Oh yeah, I got her as a foil. Didn't even remember. Didn't even remember, everybody. So I just read that out all again. Well, we got some memory knowledge now. We got to remember that. There is 4 of the 5 castles. Wonder if we're going to get every castle. When this castle enters the battlefield tapped unless you control planes. Tap it, add a planes. Tap 2 and 2 planes. Tap this card, create a 1/1 white creature token. So, I mean, we got 5 more packs to see if we get the 4th or the 5th land, the green one. Which I'm looking at needing a playset for my mono green deck. Giant Killer. That's a different one. Its adventure is Chop Down, which is destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. And then you cast this spell for 1 planes, and then tap 1 and a planes, tap this card, tap target creature. I mean, not every rare is a winner. If we don't have losers, we don't have... Well, I wouldn't say losers. If we don't have the lesser valued and lesser strength of cards, then we don't have a balance in this game that we like to play. Man, 2 of them. Pretty. I mean, they really... There we go. There is a Yorvo. Now I only need 1 more. 1 more, and I'll have all of the ones that I need of him. Wonder what our double tap rare is going to be besides the foil, because foils are kind of unpredictable. There we go, another mythic. 6 myth. Oh, and a foil. Scalding Guardian. Let's put these there and let's read this out. Flash. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. When Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. Otherwise, the equipment is 3. We got 6 mythics, and then we have 2 more packs and our collector booster. Let's see how we're going to do this today. Let's see if we can end this off with a bang. A big bang. Fae of the Wishes, and I asked for the bang and I received. Alt Art Fae of the Wishes. Holy cow, that is a very pretty extended art there. Let's see what our last pack is going to be. Is it going to be our land? Could it be possibly a 7th mythic for this box? Chances are, probably not, but it's always there. It's always there. It's always a chance. You never know. Some boxes have more, some boxes have less. And Midnight Clock. I can see it having some standard play. I mean, in a Great Proliferate deck, we could have some fun with it. But I mean, tap it, add a blue mana, tap 2, pay a blue, put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. Whenever the 12-hour counter is put on Midnight Clock, shuffle your hand and graveyard into the library, then draw 7 cards. I mean, it's a complete free new hand if you can get off them 12 clocks. 12 counters. Alright, that is our box. We did not get our fifth in green land, but let's see what we got in our collector booster. Foil Fairy Guildmother, which I'm going to go ahead and slide those over some and be able to lay these out. Hopefully they're still on view. The Forbidding Fruit, Unexplained Vision, Emberwraith Paladin. There is our foil Lonesome Unicorn. Woo! That is nice. It's kind of weird how the unicorn's almost the only thing in this card that has some color to it. Lachlan Paladin, and then we move to our uncommons. We get Drown in the Loch foil, Joust, and then we move onto our non-foil Foulmere Knight. And there is the alt art Flaxen Intruder. And then we got an alt art Ardenvale Tacticianer, Oko's Accomplices. Fervent Champion is our extended art rare non-foil. And bam! We got a Torbran Thane of Red foil. Now that is nice. That is a good one to grab. Then we got our double-sided Baron food token. I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Dustin with MTG Real Life. And I am signing off. Have a good day.